Hello and welcome back to a new Power BI video. And this time we're gonna dive into a common issue, which is how to deal with dates. Because let's face it, and just in case you don't know, dates are treated differently in different parts of the world. That means, for instance, here in Europe, what I have is my date format is I have a first day, then the month, and then the year level. On the other hand, in the United States, it's actually first the month, then the day, and then the year. And this is also true for some other countries. So the question is, how can we deal with this in Power BI? Because sometimes you try to load data into Power BI, and then Power BI will try to either automatically change the date format and you get errors in your column, or you do it yourself and you also experience errors and wrong dates. And I'm going to show you what I mean. In here, I have a table, which is not really clean, but I have a unit here, which is in part treated as a number, as you can see here, but also as kind of text, because there is simply a letter inside the specific unit number. And then I have this date column here, which right now looks like it's treated as text, because it's actually left aligned. But you see here, what I have is US dates. So what I mean is I have first the month, then I have the day, and then in this case, the year level, which is different from my current Power BI settings. Okay? So if I now select the table, click on it, and I go to transform data, because I need to do a little bit of cleaning. I click on it, and then I wait until the navigator window appears. There it is. And now I can see I got my unit here, and I got my date. And here, by default, the date was converted to here a string value, so text value. So the first thing I like to do is I like to remove the columns which simply don't contain any data. So I can simply click on those, and either I could say I want to remove the columns, or the other option would be to select those two and right click here and say remove other columns. Both would work. Okay. So if you tick this, now you only have unit and date left. Okay, so that is that. And then you can specify what kind of data type it should be. This ABC123, if you experience something like that, this always tells you, okay, Power BI is not sure what kind of data it is. And this most often appears if you have different kinds of data types in one column. As you can see here, I got this, which is text, because there's a letter included, but I also got a number in here, which Power BI would treat as a number. So that's why I can click on here and say I'd like to convert it. In this case, it's a unit with letters, so I will convert it to text. Click on text, and everything is fine. And you can see that now this number is also left aligned. So far, so good. But now, what about the date here? Well, if I would try to go to ABC here and then tick this as a date, let's just see what happens. I tick it as date, and I get exactly this behavior. So I see that Power BI is treating the column now as a date. I can clearly see this by the little calendar icon, but I get errors in here. I only was able to convert two dates in here, which is this one as well as this one. What's the reason for that? Let's actually go back one level here. What you see is that the first, or in this case the first of the day of 2021, could be converted into a date in my local settings, which means Power BI would treat this as here the day level, then the month level, and then the year level. And the same is true for this one here. So Power BI at my current location level would treat this as the 5th of June in 2020. But actually, it should be, if we convert this or would consider this as a US date, it would mean that this is actually the 6th of May and not the 5th of June. But Power BI, as I said, in my local setting, treating this as the 5th of June, and it's able to convert this into a date. The same is true for the first day of 2021. On the other hand, dates like, for instance, the first one here, would mean that Power BI would try to convert this into the first of the 17th month in 2020. However, of course, there is no 17th month. We only have 12. So Power BI is not able to recognize this as the 17th of January in 2020. So what can we do about that? Well, the special trick comes if you go to the conversion settings here, ABC, and then instead of using date directly in here, you could simply go to using local. This is really a great feature in Power BI because it allows you to specify the conversion, and it's not only limited to dates, it's actually limited or not limited at all. You can apply it to all of these options here, but you could tick using local here, and in this case you can specify you want to add a new step. In this case, yes, I first want to actually delete this one because this is the wrong one. And now one more time, I click on this one, say using local here, and then I just wait until the window appears. Oh, there it is. And now I can specify what kind of data type I want to convert it to. In this case, I want to convert it into a date, but not with my German settings here, the default settings for me, but with different settings. And I'm referring to English, so I can search for English here, and then for United States. And if I take this option, you will see that that means that the third, here the third, 29, 2016 is actually the 29th of March in 2016. So this would mean that now Power BI is treating this specific column as US dates, even though my local Power BI settings are here in German. And if I tick OK now, you see that now we are able to convert all the dates properly into right dates, and we don't have any errors. And of course here I need to do this one more time, go to here, convert this to text, and then my data is ready. And the final step would be simply to click on close and apply. So to apply my changes here, and then I can load my data into Power BI, and then I can use my specific columns, including the dates, right? Which I have this little calendar icon here, and everything's working fine, okay? So that's actually the trick, this using local. It's a great feature, and whenever you experience some kind of conversion errors, then think about this video, watch it one more time if you need, and then use the local feature and don't argue with any errors here, okay? So that's it. Thanks a lot for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Until then, best guys.